I'm up on the porch on the west side, getting a view of the cattle laying around. The white bull's way over there. Yeah, he just don't like hanging out with them. I mean, he gets close, but I don't know if they haven't accepted him yet, or it's just his nature of staying away from them. I'm sure they'll get used to him eventually when he gets bigger. Yeah, he is a bull after all. What kind of bull he'll be, I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, I come up here because I wanted to check on my plants that I repotted yesterday. Oh, by the way, today is Sunday, November 17, 2024. It's a partly cloudy day, mostly cloudy. According to those clouds up there. Look at that. The sun's over there. Yeah. It's not cold, but it's not hot either, or not warm. But it's just about right. Let me check the plants I repotted yesterday. There's a Christmas cactus that I repotted yesterday. I took the plant out of those two pots, and let's see. These two pots. This plant came out of that pot, both of them, out of that one, and these two plants came out of that pot too. So that's what I got. All right, I'll leave them out here for a few more days. Hey, Katie, what you doing down there? Yeah, I'll leave them out here for a few more days till the nights go down to 32. Okay. I got another project to start today. It's 60 degrees at 12:40 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's a partly cloudy, partly sunny day today. A good day to work in the garden. Well, today's the day. This is a nice day to work outside. Yeah, today's the day I gotta start harvesting the leaves and then work on the clumps of roots. I'm gonna start with that one right there. I'll see what I can get done today. I got a few more days. I got today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, because Tuesday night is supposed to be down to 32 again, and these plants may not survive that. So, and I don't feel like covering them up again. A couple of weeks ago it was down to 32, and I covered it up with a car cover, but I'm going to bring these in the house now. All right, let's get started on this project. Oh, I got to get some twine out of the barn first. I got to tie everything, all those leaves together before I cut. These two are really relaxed. They must have had plenty to eat down in the bottom. Okay, let's check out the other two, and then I can go about my business. There's another one. Yeah, they got plenty of grass to eat down there in the bottom. Plenty of food down there. I'll probably start to feed them hay here one of these days, but not for a little while yet. There he is, little bully. You gonna be the boss up here now? Huh? No, you're not big enough yet, but you'll grow, won't you? You'll grow. All right, I gotta get in the barn. There's a nice photo of the little bully in the front here, and the three females back there. Hope you guys get along good. Bully, I know the other cat, those Highland cattle, I keep pushing him away when he gets too close, but I'm hoping that as he grows into a real bull, I hope he will, that he'll take charge one of these days. Alright, we'll see. Alright, let's get some twine out of the barn now. I guess the other two got up because they heard me go in the barn. Nice breeze again from the south. Yeah, from behind me. Yeah, you can see the clouds up there. Yeah. There's not much sun right now. There's more sun earlier this morning, but now it's almost all overcast. The sun might poke out once or twice, but mostly it's like this. Overcast. Alright, let's head down to the lemongrass and see if I can get started on that transplanting business. What you looking at? Huh? What you looking at? What you looking at, huh? What are you looking at? Me? Yeah, I'm looking at you. And you too. You got a belly on you? You got a calf in there? Hard to tell with all that hair. Yeah, hard to tell. You too, mama calf. Mama calf. Mama cow. You got a calf inside that belly? I can't tell. What do you think? I'm gonna hope. Oh, there's the orange twine that I got out of the barn. I gotta use that to tie the leaves up before I cut them, so they're all contained. I'm gonna try to cut them in a bunch, tie them up, and then cut them, and then hang the bunches somewhere. I haven't figured out where I'm gonna hang them yet, but I'll figure out something. Right now I'm gonna tie that bunch up right there. Yeah, tie it up, and then I'll cut it. Whew, that wasn't easy. I wanted to bring it up a little higher, but it's kind of hard to get the string up any higher. But I'm gonna try. Actually, I got the string about where I want to cut it. So let's see if I can pull it up a little higher. Well, that took some effort. I got it where I want it. I'm gonna cut it a few inches below the string, or about halfway between the ground and the string. I'm gonna leave about 4 inches of a stump. That's a big clump. That's the biggest the lemongrass ever grew. Probably because I had that good manure, rot manure in there this year instead of just dirt. Yeah. Okay, let me get a closer look before I cut. Yeah. That's just about where I want it. From this side too. I think that'll work. If it works here on this one, it'll work on their other 4 too. Well, yeah. Next year when I bring these out of the house in the spring, I need to separate them so they grow more independently. You can tell these here are all growing out from each other more. Yeah, I did put enough space between them. I didn't think they were going to get that big. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see next year. Let's get this one cut. Well, I've never dealt with a clump of grass this thick, this big around. In years past, I've only had maybe a clump half that size, diameter-wise anyway. I'm going to cut it with this. It's an old. Well, it's not that old, but it's one I've had since I moved into my house since '83. I think I bought this online or something. Well, I couldn't have been online. I didn't have a computer until '86. So it was probably off one of those TV ads. That's what it was. TV ad. I had to call. Anyway, it came with a set. That's a bread knife, I think. Or maybe, I don't know what it is. Carving knife? I don't know what those two things. I think it's for meat. I think it's a carving knife. Anyway, I'm going to try to cut that below that string. Yeah. And hopefully that leaves that are tied together will stay together. Yeah, if I can get it tight enough. I'll have to keep tightening as it dries too, otherwise it'll start falling out. So let's see what I can do. Sun came out and now it's hot. Had to take my jackets off. It's hard to cut, but I'll get it. I thought it was a good plan to cut it all at once, but it's too thick. I got most of it cut, but I'm still working on the middle. So let me finish cutting that one, and I'll think of a new method when I cut the next one. I thought it would be easy to cut, but you can see some of those are in the middle are pretty thick. Pretty thick. That's how thick they are when I bought them in Oriental Food Store. Yeah, but they were cut off at the root stalk. Root stump. That's why they still had a couple of them had some roots on them, and that's how I started growing them. Okay, let me finish cutting this one and work on it. Yeah, not the way I planned it, but I could still get it done. Oh, I gotta cut off. Oh, some of them stalks were big in the middle. I guess the middle ones are the oldest ones. The smaller ones are on the outer edge. They keep expanding. The root keeps expanding more leaves as it grows out. So I may have to divide that into 4 sections to get them to fit it into my pot, my container. Yeah, half is too large already. So I got some work I got things to consider. Yeah, I gotta cut smaller bunches too. It's hard to wrap up that much and tie it. Yeah. Next one I cut, I'm gonna lay the string on the ground and cut the grass a little bit at a time and lay it on top of the string and then tie them up into smaller bunches. That'd be easier to work with. So let's get this one out of the way. That's one cut. I didn't cut it very even, did I? Almost cut it too short. But what these things do, wherever there's a stalk that I cut off, the center will grow out. The center will grow out from the stalk, in the center of the stalk. And there's so many stalks there, each one should have a thing growing out of it, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to divide that into 4, and I don't have enough containers. And none big enough for the whole thing, that's for sure, or even half. But I'll figure something out. I got 2 more days today and 2 more days to figure something out to get all these out of the ground and in the house before the freezing weather comes back. What do you guys want? You know, I never tried it before. I'm going to see if they'll eat the lemongrass. I've never tried it before. I gave them some grass down there. Lemongrass. They didn't care for it. She smelled it, but that's about it. Don't like it, huh? Oh well. Maybe the others will eat it. There she goes again. Oh wait. Yeah, she's eating it. Oh, I didn't know if they eat it or not. Maybe I don't really need all this lemongrass. Maybe I'll just give it to them, as long as it don't make them sick. Yeah, all this lemongrass is going to grow back anyway, and I still got some in the house that's dried, so I don't need all this. I'm just going to give it to them. How do you think about that, Growth? Yeah, I don't want to be hanging it anywhere. Maybe I'll hang a few, just to see that I got some fresh stuff. I'll hang the bigger stalks. New plant, boy, they really like it. I never thought they'd eat it. I'm going to grab some before they eat it all, just to have some. They were eating it for a while. Bully came up, wanted to eat it, and I didn't get it on camera, but this one here pushed him away. So I'm gonna feed him separate. I'm gonna spread this stuff out. There. Oh, they stopped eating it for some reason. Hope I don't make them sick. I wouldn't be happy with that. But they like it. At least they ate it to begin with. Let me spread that out so they can all get a piece. There, I spread it out so little buddy can get some. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 piles, somewhat separated, but they're eating it. I just have to watch them. I don't want them to get sick. I don't think they ever ate it before. I didn't want to waste it on them before because I always had a limited supply. But this year I had so much, and I don't know what to do with all that. Anyway, so I'll just let them eat it. Maybe I use it for blood pressure. I don't know what it would do to them. But usually cows don't eat something that don't agree with them. That's why they don't eat ironweed and they don't eat Jimson weed. Yeah, certain plants they won't eat, but they seem to like that. Yeah, some more than others. that young heifer there, she likes it. And mama cow ate some too. Okay, she was my first guinea pig. It's just lemongrass. If people can eat it, I don't see why cattle can. Of course, people don't eat the leaves. They just they cook it with fish or chicken, things like that, and they roll the leaves up, tie the leaves up into a bunch, cook with it, and then take the leaves out. So, but cattle can handle roughage like that more than people can. Okay, let me get back to what I was doing. I guess this is part of what I was doing. Yeah, even if that dries up, yeah, I'm sure they'll still eat it. I think what I'll do, I'm going to put it in the barn. I'll put it in the manger. Maybe it'll last longer in there. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, first clump cut off. Yeah. Yeah, the next time that's the next one I'm going to be cutting off. But I gotta process the other ones first. I gotta dig that up too. Subdivide it. I'm guessing 4 pieces, 4 sections. Yeah. But anyway, next time I'm gonna lay the string on the ground. I might even put a plastic or a tarp down to keep it off the. I don't want to gather any weeds. So what I'll do, instead of tying it all up at once, I'll just cut off a handful at a time and lay it down. I'll pick out the ones I want, and then I want to keep out of each clump. That way I'll know what came from where. And look at that. They just can't leave them alone. He starts to eat somewhere, and they chase. Even though they got all this other stuff, they just chase him out of the way. That's why I spread it out, so at least he can get some. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna lay it on the ground and then cut it off. Cut it off, lay it down with the string underneath it, and then pick out what I want before I lay it down on the string. And then once it's all harvested, I'll tie up what I'm going to give to the cattle, and then I'll work with the other stalks later. Yeah, first things first. Let's get this clump finished first. That's the lemongrass that I harvested or saved. I got the bigger stalks mostly. Yeah. Let's see if I can get them. I can't get it all in one shot, can I? How's that? That's pretty good. Yeah. That's my harvest from the first bunch. Okay. I think I'm going to cut the tips off here. Whoops. down here. They're all drying up anyway. So I'm gonna make a clean cut there. I'll use the scissors for that. Instead of a scissors, I'm gonna use a shear, see if that'll work. Scissors might be too hard on the scissors. Some of these leaves are pretty thick. Okay, let's see what I can do. That worked out okay. Yeah, I'll give that to the cattle too. They're still eating on it. So, like I said, I think I'll feed the rest of them in the barn maybe. Although I could leave it outside here. I'll put it in a long row where they can all get to it. That way I can see them eating it every day. That's what I got to work with. I got to dig up a little bit of dirt. I got to dig up the whole clump, and then I got to divide it into sections. I'm thinking 4 to make it fit into the pot, but we'll see how it works out. Well, worked out okay. I cut the tips off that were dried up, so that's what I got to tie up now. Well, that's what I got to work with. I'm going to tie these off into a bunch. Yeah, that's better than what I had planned before. Yeah, I'll just pick out the best pieces and dry them. Well, I'm going to save these from this bunch. I'm going to give these to my sister. I got 4 to my one sister, 4 to another sister. That way they don't have to grow their own. Yeah. And if they want a clump next spring, I'll give them one. If I have any survivors. Yeah. Or enough survivors, should I say, in the spring. Anyway, if they don't like it, then well, that's okay. I got more than I need, that's for sure. Well, the first clump is cut, and I saved what I wanted to save out of it, and now I got to dig up the root. Time to dig first clump up and get it ready to subdivide. There's very many grass clippings left. I scraped them all to the side, and the soil sank a lot too, so I'll be adding some more when I clean the barn out. Let's start digging. Well, I got the root ball loose, so now I got to carry it to my workstation, which is on top of the car hood. Well, that's one root ball out of the ground. I put some plastic on top of my car hood just to keep it from getting too dirty. Yeah, and that's the container from inside the house that I put these square ones in. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least I can get 8 in this thing. Yeah, that's about all the room I have. Oh boy. And judging by the size of this clump here, half is too big. I'm going to cut this one into 4 sections. That's too big to cut with a knife. So I'm going to use a shovel to slice it into 4 sections, 4 quarters. See how that works. Before, after. I changed my mind. I'm going to trim off the edges and just make two sections. Yeah, I'll just make them smaller. Yeah, all those sections that broke off, I could plant them if they got a root. I could plant them and grow some more, but I'm going to work with what I got here. I'm going to break off some of the outer edges and maintain the center, because that's where the root mass is tied to mostly. Each section that comes off can be torn off and grow a new plant. But I'm not into that right now, because I don't have space for all of them. Right now I just want to make these survive until next spring. I took all the soil off, the roots. Now I'm going to see if I can get them in pots. I got that one whittled down to barely fit into the pot, a container. That's all the stuff that I tore off, all those sections like that. I could probably plant each one and have it grow. Maybe I'll do that. I'll put them in smaller containers just as a backup in case these big ones don't survive the winter, but I think they will. Well, let's get that in the pot and see what happens. Well, I got it to fit. Not much room in there for the roots or any, but I can put some more soil down here all the way around it. I got enough room for some more soil, so let me take care of that first. Well, this is half of that first bush or clump of lemongrass. That's only half, and that's what I tore off. That's what I broke off from the outer edge to make it fit in here. And I could plant every one of those and probably would grow. Not very good, but it'll grow. It'll grow better if I planted it in the spring. But I can't keep them that long. I might try to salvage the best ones out of there that has the biggest root, and see if I can grow something. But let me do the other second half. It's down there. There's the other half of that first clump of lemongrass. I already potted the first half. Now I got to clean the edges, separate the edges away from there so I can fit it into that pot or container. Yeah, going to be a tight fit. I think I can make that one fit in there. That's all the sections that I broke off around the edge, mostly on this side and that side. Yeah, I think they all came from both sides. I didn't do nothing on that side or that side because it's already narrow enough. It was just too wide. Okay, let me put that half of plant in there, half of the root. Oh, it was a tight fit, but I got it in. Now I just got to get some soil all the way around it. I got the first plant clump of lemongrass transplanted. 2 halves plus some leftovers. I'm gonna see if I can do something with those. Well, all this is from the first clump of lemongrass that I dug up today. Yeah, that's the 2 halves that I split it in half, the root ball, and this here was the first half, and then all the sections that I broke off from that one I put into smaller pots, and all the sections I broke off of the second half I put into these smaller pots. Let's see which one survives until spring. I'll move these plants to over here where they can get some sun until I'm ready to move them in the house. I got a couple more days before it gets cold. So they're somewhat sheltered over here anyway, and the sun can shine on them. I don't have enough time to, I don't think I got enough time to work on this second one. But now that I know what I'm doing, maybe it'll go faster tomorrow. Well, I got one done today. I need to work faster tomorrow, or get an earlier start. Yeah. Tomorrow Monday. No, tomorrow is Monday. Monday and Tuesday will still be warm enough to work. But Tuesday night supposed to get cold, so I got to be done before that. I got another idea that I'm going to try with the 2 clumps in the back, or maybe even the 3 clumps. I'll see how that works out. What I can do today is I'm going to go ahead and cut the tops off these 2 here at the front. I'll cut the tops off and give it to the cattle. I'm going to cut this one first and lay them that way. Yeah, that'll work. Well, it's working out a little better. Yeah, it's easier to cut and pile it up. And I'll sort through it, get the biggest ones. And then I'll feed the rest of the cattle. Same thing I'm going to do on that one too. The other two in the back I'm going to leave. Do them last. Oh, I got that one cut. Now I got to cut that one. Yeah. I'll dig them up tomorrow. Them two. Then I'll leave the two in the back. Because there's only two in the back. I'll work on them on Tuesday. I got another plan for them, I think. We'll see how that works out. I'm going to cut these and lay them over here on the ground. I don't want to lay them in the dirt. Yeah, cutting a little bit at a time is easier than trying to cut the whole thing, because I can only cut through so much with that knife. Yeah, it's easier to cut small, like a handful at a time. That way I got something to hang on to. Okay, let's keep cutting. At least I'm got something done today. Uh-oh. Not a, shouldn't say uh-oh, I should say, interesting. I always thought there was two clumps back there. But now that I got the first ones cleaned out, there's three clumps. I thought there was only two back there. Well, ain't that something? Well, doesn't change nothing. I still got to get them out of the ground. One step at a time. Okay. I just have to adjust my plan a little bit. Yeah. I can clearly see three clumps. But those three clumps were spaced closer together. I think originally I had a clump over there too. So actually I had four clumps across there. And then that one on the end died. So that's what happened. Hey cats, you're gonna lose your jungle. Kitties, you're gonna lose your jungle. Oh well. Yeah, I got another. I'll have enough with these two. More than enough to bring in the house in small containers. Because that's about all the small containers I can find. But those three there, I got another plan for them. I'll still try to salvage them for the, but I gotta think of how I'm gonna contain them through the winter. That cat went to the toilet right there. That's not a toilet. I didn't make that a toilet for you. Now you can't even cover it up, can you? Yeah. Oh well. Okay. Oh, there. Yeah, she's going to cover it up. Yeah. I know. She's going right now. I thought she went already. I think she's went pee first. Now she's going near the other. Yeah. Anytime there's loose dirt, that's what they do. Bugs flying around. I didn't think it was warm enough for bugs, but it was 60 earlier this morning. Around, I don't know, 11:30, 12:30. 12:30. It was this afternoon I checked the temperature. But anyway, cats do what they got to do. I got to get these two piles, bunches, feed them to the cattle and pick out the best ones. I'm not sure, but doesn't seem like there's as many big ones in this clump or in that clump. But there's a few, so I'll pick out a few. There's a few big ones in here. Give the rest to the cattle. I don't need as many. Getting dark. I think it's around 3:30 maybe. But it's very cloudy. Over there. Cloudy over there. Cloudy there too. And those are the two clumps I just cut off. Now I gotta sort through them, pick out the best ones, biggest ones usually. There aren't very many big ones in this bunch. I think this was the third one that I cut. 4 p.m. not 3:30. So it's gonna get dark soon. Oh, that's all I picked out of this bunch. It's all good. It's just not as big as it was on the first clump that I cut. But I'm gonna save some from each clump. That's the way I'll have plenty, more than enough. Same with this one. This is the second clump that I cut. Not very many big ones, but I'll pick out a few. Okay. Yeah, these are mostly small. That's what I picked out of there. Okay, that's the second and third clumps, and that's the ones I'm going to keep. The rest I'll have to leave out here for the cattle to eat, if they want to. If not, it'll just rot. Okay, that's from the second clump, and that's from the third clump. I think I got a few more out of the second one. Anyway, I'm going to tie them together and cut the tops off. I got them tied together. Now I got to cut the tops off. Okay, let's cut most of them brown stuff off. Still got about a half hour before the sun goes down, but look like it's from this angle. It's right into there. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, in there. Okay, let's finish the job I was working on. I'm just getting a better view. Yeah, I can see a reflection in the water a little bit. Yeah, but if I go down any farther down this hill, the hill will block it. But anyway, the sun's shining through right now. Yeah, sun's shining through. Probably all the sunset I'm going to see today of the sun. Since there's a cloud, it's going to go behind a thicker cloud here pretty soon. So that's the sunset for today. Sunset for today, and I got a low battery anyway. All right, I'll catch you later. Let me finish the job I was working on the lemongrass. Well, there's 2 clumps I just got done cutting. Root ball still in the ground. I'll work on that tomorrow. There's all 3 of them. That's what I cut today. I got two root balls from there still in the ground. That one I dug up and transplanted already. I cut it in half. Made 2 pots. Plus 4 pots of the small stuff that I had to take off to get them to fit in the pot. Yeah, you can see how much bigger. The first clump that I cut, that had some really big stems in it compared to the other 2. I don't know why. Maybe because it was on the edge. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I normally would dump my garbage before. Yeah, maybe that's why. Either way, I got some good ones out of there, and there's some good ones there too. Okay, now I'm going to wrap these up, hang them in the house somewhere. Probably on my stairs. Yeah. Yeah. That one's done. I'll dig them 2 up tomorrow, see what I can do. Then I got another plan for those. I think I got enough pots for those, but we'll see. I want to get as many pots as I can on the small ones. We'll see. All right, I'm going to hang the rest of what I harvest today in the house. I'll catch you later. Well, I decided to hang them inside the house. Yeah, they'll dry better in here, I think. And they're out of the way. and I can cut a leaf off whenever I need it. Yeah, yeah, I like it here. Okay, that's all for today. My battery's almost dead, so that's it for today, and I'll catch you on the next one, which is tomorrow, because I'm going to dig up the other two clumps tomorrow of the lemongrass. This is lemongrass from 3 clumps. Just the ones that I saved anyway. The rest I gave to the kettle. All right, that's all for today. Catch you on the next one. Bye.